Jason, why?
It's been 3 weeks, guys.
That's exactly what I didn't want to say.
Hi, welcome back to HDM, guys.
HDM.
I'm
My Twitch just alerted me we went live.
Well, that's good to know. We're working.
A+ professional. I'm back from Hawaii.
Yay!
We're here to play game.
Yay!
And
Play
now
game.
we're in, not IRL Hawaii. I was gonna say IRL Hawaii. We're not in
We're
IRL
in Fantasy Hawaii.
Fantasy Hawaii. Thank you.
Fantasy Hawaii. Which was totally unplanned, by the way.
I feel like it was planned.
It was not planned. I knew
are
you
you
guys
not
were going to
planning this
resort.
at
I did
all?
not realize I was going to Hawaii.
Okay.
Okay, Jason, put your tongue back in your mouth.
I'll stab you. I requested you to change seats and you didn't.
This is the worst part of them only being able to see me, is that whenever you do something weird and I look at you, I look weird.
Okay, that's
Well, Reese, that's just a condition of your face.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. I missed you.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Can I start on the...
That's an 8.
Should have known better. I really didn't.
Can I start on
We have one
announcements?
person watching the stream, guys.
Oh,
Hi.
hello.
That may be Ollie.
Hi. If you're Ollie, hello. If you're not Ollie, fuck you, Ollie.
What?
Oh.
I was over like, whoa.
I was shook. Oh.
Anyways, we do have some announcements, so let's jump on over to Danny.
Okay, so
Sure.
this may actually take like a couple of minutes. I've got a lot of announcements.
Holy crap.
So first of all, happy belated birthdays are in place for 2 of our members. Happy birthdays to Bella and Jasper.
You're getting so old.
Yeah.
True.
You're rolling well.
And happy spring. It was so nice out yesterday. I got to sit on the deck and have a snowball fight.
That's nice in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think the last episode I credited my friend Allie for drawing a picture. So I was just gonna go through a bunch of the artists that have done a bunch of art for us. So let's start with that. So Ari at art.arii on Instagram is our official artist of HDM. They've drawn a couple of maps for us, also a good picture of Baz and my wonderful Charlotte. I still love it. Thank you, Ari. Ben made us a commission of the Stellus Mortalis. You can find them at NOTASLXCAL on Instagram. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's okay. Thank you, Ben. I love it. Allie at AllieCat_cookie on Instagram drew Baz and the shark from a few episodes back. Tobias at Tobletop on Twitter drew Tabik, our Fire Genasi cleric. Is it Genasi?
Genocide.
Genocide.
Genie.
Okay. Dylan's working on a couple of drawings right now, but he's done some Valentine's Day cards, which I really enjoy. And he just put one up last night of Shin that I also very much enjoy. Jasper at Prospect Prints on Twitter or at Prospect_Prints on Instagram. They've drawn extra stuff for Tabik and a sneak peek of the new campaign we'll be recording soon, but we're not sure when we'll start releasing episodes for that, or if we will, but we will keep you updated on that.
Speaking of art,
Yeah.
I'm getting a tablet soon, which means that I'll be able to do official digital art.
Oh, yeah. So, for now, though, you can check out a couple of cool tieflings on Jasper's Twitter from the new campaign we may be starting. That one is so
Yeah.
That
beautiful.
I will not be DMing. I will be playing.
Woo!
Because I've got kicked out of my seat.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But it's
I
okay, because I
actually-
still have this to make you guys
I
happy
actually
and
had
enjoy.
an idea for the name, which would be the DM joins the fray.
If you guys remember Monty, by the way, that's who the DM is.
Yes,
Yeah.
The guest
our
star.
special guest, Monty, from a couple episodes back, will be our wonderful DM for that, so stay tuned for those.
And we will try to have all of the art I've just mentioned on our Twitter at HeyDMOfficial and our Instagram at HeyDungeonMaster with credits, of course. I'll be contacting the artist probably in the next couple of days for that. And make sure you check out our YouTube if you don't know about that yet. I enforced that a lot last 2 weeks ago.
Last 2 weeks.
Yes, that.
Last game.
Yeah, last game. So, Hey Dungeon Master, there are spaces in between that. And since I've mentioned the other ones, I'll mention our Twitch, which you may be watching on right now. Hello, viewers on https://twitch.tv/Hey Dungeon Master. We're usually live Saturdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I've got one more announcement, so here goes.
You're pregnant?
No.
Oh.
While my sister Hannah wanted me to put this in the announcements because of her Bolivian friends, also because it was yesterday, I'm announcing this because it was yesterday. So yesterday was both National Puppy Day, so it was also Dia del Mar. So happy belated Dia del Mar, or Day of the Sea, for all of you Bolivian listeners or viewers. I don't know what they do. So that was yesterday, March 23rd. Fun fact, if you didn't know, the country Bolivia down in South America had their waterfront taken from them by Chile in 1889. I could be wrong about that specific year, but it was right around there. They wanted their waterfront back since then, so they have parades every year in their schools about wanting their sea back. They still have their navy, which is run out of a big lake. Lago Titicaca, if you wanted to know that. They even brought this to the UN International Court of Justice, but they were denied.
Oh.
I feel really sad for the Bolivians.
Yeah.
So I hope they all had a good day with all of their sailor hats and parades, because who doesn't want a beach, guys? Beaches are great.
That was geography with Danny.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
so if anyone has any birthday shoutouts or other announcements like that, shoot us a message at any of the social media sites I listed up there.
We have an email as well, don't we?
We do.
Do we?
Yep.
We do have an email.
Isn't it heydungeonmaster@gmail.com?
Yes, it
Yep.
is.
Alright, so you can also shoot us one there. And if anyone here has any other announcements to do right now, speak now, or raise your hand later when you remember.
Oh, we've got one on the other side of the table.
Okay.
Jason, take it
I
away.
figured out Baz's birthday, which is June 28th.
Happy birthday to Baz then. Oh, when that
Happy
time comes.
early birthday.
Yeah.
When
Remember
the time
that.
comes, I just want to
I will write
Do
that
we
down.
know what month it is?
No.
Junanus 28th.
It is
Summer.
August? Late
Oh,
August?
shoot.
Fuck, I
Oh.
miss his birthday.
I think
Happy belated birthday then.
Shin's birthday's coming up.
June 28th?
AK, they were out of
I just know that Shin's birthday is in the
Oh.
fall.
It is still late August there.
Oh my gosh. It's 11:09. That was a long announcement.
It
there.
was a long announcement. Thank you for anyone who stuck through that. Welcome back to anyone who left during that.
That was me, sorry.
On YouTube, we should probably put a skip to the time code to not hear
Yeah.
us chat about everything.
That's true. That's okay.
To
Danny's
totally
like,
skip
that's
over.
alright. This is fine. I like doing announcements, so if anybody has any announcements, hit me up.
So,
I touched your pencil.
anyways, let's jump right in. We left off. You guys had been in a barn fighting 3 giant cats.
Black Panthers.
Black Panther-like.
Number 3 is my king.
Alright. Okay.
The best part is they can't even see what's going on the side.
That's true.
It's just Reese staring into the camera.
Reese, we'll get cameras for the rest of us eventually.
Okay. I'm just gonna pick this out.
Pat, pat,
Click
pat,
to a
pat,
random thing
pat.
and hit one of you.
Okay.
No, pat, 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 pat. Would
Don't-
you stop
don't-
gnawing on my arm?
How would you like it if I gnawed on your arm?
I
Kinky.
actually really like. No! I was gonna say, I like when people give me affection, so I'm fine with that.
No,
but
no,
not
that
kidding.
That
I
is.
don't
I'm
get
gonna
sexual
stop.
pleasure
I'm
out of
gonna
it.
listen to Reese now.
Hey, Reese, do you get sexual pleasure from not?
I'm leaving. I quit.
Too early for this. Come on, guys.
Give my spot to Ollie.
It is exactly the right time for this.
Okay, well.
Are we good?
That's what it's called.
9?
No.
Endocytosis is the
No, stop.
No!
Holy second.
Can kill Baz.
I've been trying to talk to them about endosecond.
That's what I want to accomplish in
Right.
today's game. That's what I want to accomplish in today's game.
Reese,
Okay.
we're asking what we want to
Let's
accomplish.
take
We
a
want to kill
minute.
Baz.
Let's take a minute. Breathe in.
I'm eating a timber.
No.
1 second, guys. We already have to take a break to go scream into the void.
All right. We left off. You guys were still in combat, so we're gonna start off right at the top. Tavik went when we left off, I believe.
Did he?
What?
Yes.
So what's going on in the
Yes.
whole setting?
So you guys are still in the barn. There's a displacer beast floating above the ground, currently anchored to like the pen behind it. It's like walking on the wall, like Spider-Man style.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's called. Forgot about
It's got its claws dug in. It's levitating due to Shin,
Thanks,
and it's growling. And it's Baz's turn.
that. Oh shit.
By the way, I was checking how long this lasts, and it lasts up to 10 minutes, so...
Can I do
Where's that?
vicious mockery on it?
Yeah.
Give me a second. I just ate a timber.
Can you stop
We're not
attacking?
sponsored by that.
You are literally the only person who is
Yeah,
attacked.
you are the
Well,
only
wait,
person
well,
who's
that's-
It's
attacked.
fine. Baz
It's not-
has decided.
I'm pretty
Can
sure
I
it's
throw
not
my
fun.
flip flop at it?
You may make me a dexterity roll to hit at disadvantage
Yeah.
Where's my dex?
because
If
you're
you're
throwing a
behind me.
fucking flip flop at it.
It
I'm
would have
wearing
been,
the flip flop.
it would have been so much better if you had stolen it from Tavik.
If you hit me with your flip flop, I will kill you.
Grabs Tavik's foot, steals flip flops.
The lowest I got was
Don't
an
touch
11.
his sandals. They're not flip-flops. They're sandals.
I'm not attacking it. I'm just like, get out the wall. Get out.
Damage.
What's the damage on a flip
Roll a
flop?
d4.
Okay.
You're
This is-
scolding a displacer beast with a flip-flop.
I'm a very good father.
Oh my gosh.
Two.
Awesome. You
It dies.
watch as Baz removes a flip flop and chucks it at this displacer beast. This displacer beast catches it in its mouth and tears the flip flop in half,
Thank goodness.
doing 2 points of damage to the flip flop.
Oh.
Hey!
Okay.
You fucking. No. Fuck this my flip flop. Anyone got another flip flop?
I think Tavik does.
Tavik?
They're
Wait,
sandals.
Wait!
Is he wearing socks?
Sorry, Mr. Sonic.
You watch the half orc. He turns around, glares at you, and then yells at the cat in same language you guys haven't been able to pick up on that he's been yelling at it. And it snarls for a second, and then it attempts to kind of like crawl down the wall, and it's like swimming against the tide. Like it's managing to make a little bit of effort, but like it's getting pulled up just as much as it's making effort to go down. So it's kind of stuck in place.
I
Right now.
can't dispel levitate until my turn, can I?
No, you cannot. Over in the pen, the 2 displacer beasts just kind of, they're just marching back and forth. They're not really doing anything. At this point, they're out of combat. It's Kiz's turn. Oh! It's Shin's turn.
Okay, I'll just dispel levitate.
Okay, you watch as the cat crashes to the ground.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Made him fall 10 feet.
And
Yeah.
yowls. Like a cat would.
Yeah.
Meow.
He like screeches as he just whacks into the ground.
Head first. Hilarious.
Just, he like falls
Oh.
forward and his just like back bams against the floor,
Sad.
and he yowls and then he lays there for a minute. He is currently dazed.
Aw.
It's Kiz's turn.
First thing I want to do. You just lost your shoes, right?
My one shoe.
Are you gonna
I'm
give him the
gonna
heels?
give you the green rolling heels, the heelys, if you will.
Well then, I will gladly take them and just put them on
Those
my
existed.
one foot.
Okay,
Okay.
so we'll call that a bonus action. You can still do an action.
Okay. Is the cat good? Like, are they alive?
It's prone. It's still breathing and stuff. It just looks a little bit dazed because it's just fallen off the wall 10 feet.
Like, winded?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's hit the ground and it's winded. It is considered prone.
Hit it with all you've got! I'm
Carry
kidding.
it.
Don't do that.
Carry it, marry it, break it, crunch it.
I don't know if that's copyrighted or not.
I'd make an
not.
attempt to pick it up, but like I don't know if that's a good idea.
No.
Rub its belly. Rub its
Yes, but no.
belly. Squish its paws.
Oh, I know. Do that.
I'm gonna just try to pick it up.
Okay, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, where is
On the top.
dexterity? Okay. 13.
13. Alright. You manage to dodge out of the way just as it like snaps its teeth at you, like over its shoulder. And then you manage to pick it up. Give me a strength throw. Strength check.
Strength check.
Oh no.
No.
It's so
5.
fun.
Oh.
A critical one.
It's a
Yeah.
crit one.
Okay.
You squish its paws.
Oh no.
You lift up the cat. It's Charlotte's turn.
Lucky you.
What?
This isn't gonna go well.
What just happened?
Just go.
Okay. I boop it.
Oh no.
In what way?
No, like just that.
Stick it on the nose?
Yeah.
Make me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Charlotte, don't go near that beast.
I
It
don't
is
know.
dangerous.
I don't know which.
Do you want your
dice I
tetanus
should
shot?
use.
That is so
Oh. And in the background.
Hey,
she's
nat
just like-
20!
But with disadvantage, roll me again.
Oh.
If you get a 1.
18! Plus something.
You manage to dodge out of the grasp of the cat as it once again goes to nip you for trying to boop it on the nose. And then you fall to the ground prone because Kiz has just dropped the cat on you.
Oh.
That is my baby!
And you take
So wait, do I not even boop it on its nose?
3 points of bludgeoning damage as a fully grown displacer beast drops onto you from 5 feet up in the air.
I should
It
have just
just
gone with my original
nails
plan and
you to
let
the
it take
ground.
it
Okay,
back.
I'm gonna play out this scene for you. Kiza stops and looks down and looks at Charlotte and like looks at the camera like they're on The Office and then looks back down and goes, shit.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
You
Tabit's
probably can't see Charlotte's face
yeah.
from under the fluff.
Well, they're being idiots.
Only slightly true.
Oh.
Very true.
It wouldn't have taken damage. When the spell ends, it floats gently to the ground.
How much
Except that it
damage
is
did I
anchored to
take?
the wall, so
Oh,
the second
right,
it let
yeah.
go, it falls.
Did I take
Yeah.
4 damage?
You take 3 damage. 3
Okay.
bludgeoning damage.
I'm good.
And it's Tabik's turn.
Well, I tried.
I don't want to hurt the freaking spacer beast. You guys are being rude to it.
I'm not being rude to it.
I definitely
It's rude to me.
True.
It dropped on
You-
me.
That's your own fault. Does anybody need like a healing spell, or is everybody good?
I'm at 18 out of 28.
Okay, her Baz is fine.
He just glared at the computer.
Can I try to pull Charlotte out from underneath the displacer beast, or at least like lift it up and take Charlotte out? Or...
Sure, make me
try
an
it.
athletics check.
Why are you guys touching boobs?
No. She's poking my
Ooh.
freckles, and I don't know why.
You missed one.
He did. I don't
19.
know which one.
19? Yeah, okay. So you managed to kind of like... Do you have a shield?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. You managed to like shove the shield underneath so you can get a little bit of leverage and lift the cat up just enough that you can drag Charlotte out from beneath it. She's still a little bit dazed because she just had a giant cat dropped on her, but she is no longer being crushed by the weight of said cat. And it's Baz's turn.
I want to take off the shoe that Kissa just gave me and run over, which is 25.
Okay, so you're putting on the Heelys, and now you've got another flip-flop in your hand.
No, I took off the Heely.
You take off one of the Heelys.
Yeah, well, the one, because I had a flip-flop, and then I had like a bare foot, and then I put the Heely on that foot.
Okay.
I take that off,
I
and
feel
I
like you're
charge at
addressing
Kissa,
me.
and I just hit her with my leg.
You're hitting Kissa with your Heely.
That's a fucking dumb idea! Why the fuck did you did that? You could have killed someone!
Okay,
That's my child!
roll to hit.
Oh my
Hit her with
god.
my
Oh,
Heely.
okay.
That's a 10.
Okay. Kissa, what's your armor class?
Higher than
Like
that.
14.
Okay. Baz, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Not one.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Baz, you go to whack Kissa, and the Heely's wheels pop out and slip out of your hand, and it goes flying end over end and impales itself into the wood of one of the stalls at the back of a monster.
No.
There is now a Heely sticking out of the wall behind a monster in a pen 4 pens away.
You're not even. You wrecked the Heelys. I'm upset with you now.
It's Dramel's turn again.
I still have extra.
You gonna
Go get that.
go ahead?
I want to take my other flip-flop.
No.
Do it again.
Okay. I will allow this because it's very funny.
I'm now shoeless.
Roll the
Socks.
You have two people looking
Well,
down
you
at
have
you right
3
now.
shoes because you have a
Oh, I
flip flop
do.
and a Heely, and you just threw the other Heely.
Well, then I'll hit it with the because it's my Healy.
Okay, your other
No.
Heely.
I have
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go based on height here. This is what's happening right now.
She's standing on a chair.
And I'm still.
Please sit
I'm
down.
still under a cat. She's.
You're
19.
out of the cat now. You're just lying on the floor next
Oh,
to the cat.
19.
That's great.
19. Okay, you whack Kissa in the face with a Heely. Sorry. You whack Kissa in the stomach with a Heely.
Multiple times. I want
Okay.
to know.
Roll me a d4.
You're getting damage from a flip flop. How do you feel about this?
1.
How do you feel
Okay,
about
you
this?
take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as Baz drives the Heely into your stomach 4 times.
Oh, a Healy.
And at the same time, like, what the fuck could you have done? That was my fucking child. I swear to God, if you do that again, you're so immune.
Baz,
Baz.
you're gonna regret this. You
It's
dumb,
Jormel's
stupid
turn.
guy.
Dormel continues to yell at the cat, and the cat clambers up and begins to make its way over to the pen.
Okay. Just a cat.
It is Shin's turn.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
I think I'm either gonna wait or I'm gonna go and slap Bez upside the head.
I still have the Healy in my hand.
I'm good on dexterity. Can I slap Bez?
Yep, you slap Baz.
I don't even have to roll for that.
At this point, if I made someone roll every time they wanted to slap you, Baz, we'd be rolling all day. Okay, you get slapped a lot.
Can I take like an action of opportunity and hit him with the Healy or?
No.
He's not moving out of your square, he's moving into your square to whack you upside the head. Kiza,
Shin is 100%.
It's your turn.
It's my turn?
it's your turn.
It's my turn?
It's your turn.
Can I just say for my whole turn I'm just laying there?
Okay,
Okay.
we'll do that, yep.
I have a question.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Can I use my breath weapon against Baz?
I don't know.
No!
Oh,
You're like,
Yeah.
Shit is right next to Baz. What are you doing?
Oh god.
Oh my god, you're gonna hit me.
That's a dun diddly darn shame. You shouldn't have gotten in front of me.
Don't get in
Okay,
front of Kiza
so,
or her rage.
As a green dragonborn, you have
Poison.
an acidic breath.
Yeah.
Mhm.
hey, I have resistance to poison.
No,
It's
acid.
not poison, it's acid.
Acid.
Damn it.
So, if you'd like to strip Baz of all his clothing, yes.
Perfect.
Oh
Great.
my god.
This is happening.
You're gonna destroy the other
Okay.
Healy.
So I roll.
You're gonna destroy the other Healy. Stop. Don't do this.
So-
so is this half orc just like trying to get this cat in the cage, and then we're just fighting ourselves?
I got a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
You have to roll the hit with your breath weapon.
Does it automatically hit or does it have to be
It does not automatically hit because Kiza has to aim it. You watch as you whack Kiza in the stomach, and Kiza, as a reflexive gag, barfs up a little bit of acid, and it kind of dribbles down her skin a little bit, and like one of them like lands on your hand, and it burns for a second, but you shake it away. You have 1 point of acid damage. Shin, you don't. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're good.
Who's the thought now?
Charlotte,
Yeah, I'm
you're
laying
staying
there.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. Tavik, it's your turn.
Can I pick up Baz and just walk him away from everybody else?
Okay, yeah, I'll allow that. Make me a strength
versus the world.
check.
Baz versus the world.
15.
15, yeah. Okay, you managed to hike Baz up, and stepping over Charlotte, who is laying in between them, you managed to carry Baz off to a little corner away from Kizo.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm just gonna hold Baz. He's being a little shit.
okay, Baz, it's your turn.
Take off my flip-flop.
I'm pretty sure you've lost like all of your shoes by now.
Okay, so
He's pulling a
he's
Charlotte
still
and walking
got the
around
Healy in one hand,
shoeless.
now he's taking
no,
off the
no,
flip-flop.
Can I do a double? Can I hit that at the same time?
Yeah, roll me
That-
2 attacks.
That means like dual wielding. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
This
Baz
isn't
has
gonna do
proficiency
anything.
with flip-flop and Healy dual wielding.
Well,
But only
Is
if
it-
they're green.
Is that considered a simple weapon?
4 and 15.
no, it's
4 and
called an
15?
idiot weapon.
Okay, so one of them won't hit, which we'll
That'd be the
say
flip-flop.
is the flip-flop.
Wait, the 15?
Yes, what is your armor class?
16. You're not talking smack.
Okay. I needed... No. No, you rolled high enough you'd keep your hand on the Healy. The flip-flop falls. But it's just to the ground.
Fine. Can I slip it back on?
No, you're dangling right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm dangling.
He's holding you up.
Oh, I thought I was on the ground. I was like,
Jormel opens up the cage door. The cat walks in. He closes it, and then he whispers something, and the lock just whoop, zapped itself off the floor and back together on the lock. And he turns to you as you exit combat. And he goes, "What the fuck is you city slicker spell slinger's problem, man?"
Can I throw the Healy at him?
Roll me an attack.
Can I try and stop Baz? Because this is ridiculous.
Roll me a dexterity check.
Oh, I don't have good modifiers in that. 15?
Okay, Bez, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Not right now.
Okay.
15.
I thought you were staring at me.
Tavik, you manage to grab his hand as he lets go of the shoe. And it flies end over end, dodges between where Shin and Kiz are facing each other, and impales itself into the wall next to his head as he dodges slightly to the right. And then he turns to you, and he glowers and he says, "Get the fuck out of my barn!"
I raise my hand and say, I'm not affiliated with them.
He says, "I don't give a shit who you're affiliated with, okay? I came to this island for this specific problem. You fucking magic people always wander around, walking into places like you own the place, always beating up people's things. I mean, really? Now we've got 3 cats out of commission. What the fuck am I supposed to do now? Get out of my barn!"
I can't breathe.
Oh my god.
Does somebody want to drag me out of the barn?
Okay, I got this.
I'm 90%
I'm already
sure Shin's
leaving.
already
I'm done.
gone. He was done with
Can I
everyone.
Oh!
can I throw Charlotte over my shoulder?
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
She weighs so little to you that it's fine.
That's true. How many pounds do I weigh? Let's see.
Nothing.
80. I weigh 80 pounds.
I'm like 350. So
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm just
fine.
like, yeet.
Alright, yeah, so you 2 walk out. Tavik, I'm assuming you carry Baz out?
Yeah. This is
Okay, yeah,
ridiculous.
so you guys...
As you walk, I'm just like, that fucking Ciza gotta stop watching the plays. Like, you can actually fucking kill someone like that. And, like, just in his ear. Like, really close. Like, Jesus fucking
Oh
Christ.
my god, no!
Okay, so you guys make your way out of the barn. Behind you, you can hear Jormel, like, swearing to himself under his breath as he runs around fixing up stuff that has been knocked over during the fight. And you guys are sitting outside of the barn for a little bit. You're just kind of, like, standing in a bit of a circle, kicking dirt around and stuff, just waiting for something to happen.
Am I still
When
hanging?
Jormel exits holding a pair of Heelys,
Oh, great.
and absolutely furious. And he's wearing a vest now that he's put on that you hadn't noticed he'd taken off during the fight. And he holds out the Heelys, drops them to the ground, and says, "What the fuck do you want?"
I point at Shin.
I also point at shit while I'm still being tangled, apparently.
I sigh and put my hand in my hands.
This little shit? This
He's
is
not
why you
little,
broke
he's
into my
tall.
barn and beat up my cats.
He's pretty tall.
That's
Jormel
true.
is like a good head and a half taller
He's
than
not very
Yeah.
little. Yeah.
He's still tall.
He's kind of
He's a
tall.
tall shit.
Yeah. He's a tall shit.
It grand merde. That's a little shit.
I don't know what that's for, but okay.
Well, what the fuck do you want then, little shit?
Hey!
Tall shit.
Hi.
Kiza turns and with her best accent she can manage, she goes, "You better watch your mouth, sunshine."
What accent was that? What the fuck?
She can't do an accent.
Was that supposed to be country?
No, she can't do an accent. She just goes, "You better watch your mouth, sunshine," but she thinks she's doing it.
He raises an eyebrow, turns to you with like a little smirk, and then he says, "Fuck yeah, toots. What the fuck do you want, little shit? And why you beating up my cats to get it?"
Okay.
To be
we like
completely
pussy.
fair, I
No.
wasn't. Unfortunately, my comrades
Charlotte.
have some horrible habits.
I didn't hit them.
I did.
Okay.
Well, guess what now? I've got 3 fucking cats out of commission. The arena battles in 2 days. What
That's
the
like
fuck am I
kinda
supposed to do now?
I
We'll
want
lose
you to
3 cannons.
Roll a d20 against me. And
Fuck's
see if you
sake,
can
man.
Oh,
convince
what
me
about
not
the
to do
arena?
what I'm about to do.
The arena.
The arena.
You know what you want to know about it, sugar?
Sorry.
Okay, no. Kiza was like trying to do something, but Charlotte was patting her on the back because there was a fireman hall. So she's like, "No, roll a d20 and see if I can convince her." We both rolled a 10.
Roll again.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, you convinced me.
Yay.
I'm not gonna murder this man.
Okay.
I only call my kids sugar. I have you know about that, sweetie. It was this little big shit over here. His name was Shin, and he's an asshole that stole shit once.
Can I just cover Bab's mouth and like turn him away?
Yeah.
He's like a big baby, like shush.
Okay. Jormel gives like a heavy sigh, and then he says, "Fine, follow me, fucktards." And he walks off towards the office.
Does he ever shut up?
No.
Alright, so you guys make your way after Jormel as he makes his way up the staircase. And he opens the door, and you see that the like assistant dude who had been previously napping in the chair is hard at work. He is writing a couple of papers, and he's like organizing stuff. Like he's moving in that weird cartoonish way where like there's like 3 versions of him. One of them's photocopying stuff, one of them's filing, and the other one's writing and stuff. He's just moving that fast. He's working so much. And Jormel gives him a nod as he enters, and the dude just like sits ramrod straight up in the thing and goes. And then he goes back to work.
Okay,
And he goes back to work as Jormel.
Outside with Babs.
Okay, as Jormel makes his way in, opens one of the doors into what looks like a small office, and then sits down behind a desk. And he gestures for you guys to come in, leans back in his desk, and says, "So, what the fuck do you want for like the 5th time?"
Who's all actually in there?
Me and Tabak are. I'm talking to Tabak about like the sales part. I'm talking to him about endocytosis.
I know.
Oh. Okay.
Endocytosis is the process of which the protein.
Your math is probably still covered. I'm pretty sure it's us three.
Okay, so Charlotte, Kiza, and Shin, you guys are currently standing in a little row in front of this man.
Am I still over your shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay.
We noticed that the pamphlet doesn't have a lot of details about exactly what the arena entails.
He nods and stuff, and he like narrows his eyes for a second, and he goes, "Oh, you're the fuck tit that Lorraine sent up, ain't ya?"
Fuck it.
Yeah. Give me a minute. There's gotta be. Where's my fucking file? And he's like rummaging around in his desk as he said so, and he's just like mumbling to himself. And he finally pulls out a small pamphlet. Almost. It's like the front page of a pamphlet, except there's no backing to it, right? It's just a small slip of paper, like a little poster. And he pushes it across the desk. And there's a picture of what looks like a classical, almost arena-style coliseum. Sitting at the top of a volcano. And there are little doodles around the corner of little dolphins and a couple of beech trees and stuff. And at the bottom it says, "Join in the festivities." And then on the back of said poster is a little detailing about the arena, which is a fight between multiple groups against each other and against monsters that will be provided by the resort. And it entails at the bottom, winners of said arena festivities will be granted the head seats at the banquet and a special audience with the Lord Talos. And then beneath that it says, they will also be guaranteed a special package deal with our newest cooperating guests, Thunderman's Floaties.
What? Okay.
And beneath that it has a small picture of like a sand basket for a small child. Like a
bucket?
bucket.
Okay.
That's what it was. A sand bucket for a small child with a couple of like sand tools, and a diving suit or two, and some flippers, and of course a floaty, a giant flamingo floaty.
You don't tell them. I really look forward to what I was about. And my favorite was
Can we hear
I
this?
can't even understand.
No.
Yeah.
Tabit can't even. There's you guys. He's just mumbling to Tabit outside, and he pushes it across the desk towards you guys, and he says, "Sign up to tomorrow morning."
What happened to his voice?
Well, I'm sorry that I can't go. I have an aerobics class, but do you have any way of knowing how to meet with Talos any other way?
You want to meet with Talos? This is the only fucking way you're getting in, sugar tits.
What the fuck? Did you just call me?
Hey, don't get your hair in a bunch, Daisy Dukes.
Tabak, I feel like someone just called Charlotte a sugar tit.
Your dad senses are tingling.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to convince me not to kill this guy now.
No, Kiz is looking at you like, now? Can I do it now?
That is...
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Hey, yo, 2 minutes.
That's an 18 persuasion to, like, silently convince them not to kill anyone.
Shin just, like, he's standing
Well, I rolled a
slightly
3,
forward
so-
in front of you guys, holding the thing, and he just kind of, like, turns, and he's got that, like, anime vision thing where his eyes are just, like, fucking white, and he's just got, like, black lines coming off him as he turns around and glares at you into silence.
I did roll a 3. Oh no. That's good.
You are sufficiently cowed.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3.
Shin is actually quite intrigued by this. Because he's Shin.
Jermel, he kind of turns to you after you say the aerobics thing, and after he said his part and stuff, and he says, "Sign-ups officially begin at 7:30 in the morning, and they go till noon. If you don't get your name on the list by then, you can't sign up for the arena. That's the only way to get a meeting with Talos if you want one, is the banquet meeting."
Why would we want a meeting with him?
I'm the one who asked.
No,
He's
I'm
the
just asking
fucking
him.
god that runs the resort. He's like the package deal. You get to sit at his banquet table, enjoy the festivities with a front row seat.
So is he just a celebrity here? Like he's just like the big celebrity.
No, man. He
It's
runs
like
the resort and shit. I'm just in charge of stocking the arena, okay? It ain't my problem what they fucking come up with as gifts, rewards, whatever you want to fucking call it.
When's the actual fight for the arena?
It happens 2 days from now, just before the banquet takes place.
I'll come up here tomorrow and sign us up.
No.
Yeah.
No, we have to think this through.
Shin kind of raised an eyebrow and he says, well, wouldn't be the first time that I fought my way through something.
Yeah, same, but I don't want to do this just to meet some guy if we don't have to.
Then we can do it for fun.
You know, Tabik, I really, really want to be this Kalos guy. I think that'd be really cool.
Your mouth is still covered. I'm not listening.
Do you have anything else important to say, sir?
Not to you, fucker.
Okay, great. Kizza, can we leave?
Kizza puts you down.
I walk out.
Okay, and he turns to you two again and he says, anything else I can help you with, your fucking majesties?
Why, thank you. You know, I am a royal on my mother's side.
This is a thing.
This guy is chaotic asshole.
An official alignment.
Chaotic asshole.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna just kind of shake my head and follow Charlotte out.
Okay, and he turns to you and he says, see ya, toots. Now get the fuck out of my office.
No, just walk out. Just walk out.
Can I go back and, like, grab
Don't
Kizza?
roll to see if you're attached either.
Try to grab me.
That's... What am I rolling? Can I try to persuade her, seeing as I'm better with that?
Sure, make me a wisdom throw.
Did I hear that? Did I hear that?
What am I rolling
You
to
would've
try
been,
to
like,
not
halfway
be?
across the front entrance, but you might have, yeah.
Okay, I helped Shin.
You're
If you're trying to fight
wisdom
against
saving
it,
Yeah.
throw.
then wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I helped Shin.
I'm like, what am I rolling for? 22.
Damn it, I got an 18.
No, I help.
Oh.
I help.
You help.
Oh,
I
you're
help.
helping?
Oh.
Okay, you can roll twice then.
Okay.
No,
Okay. So, he fails to persuade you, but it's up to Kizza. What you gonna do?
No, leave. Please.
Looks at me, please. I wish everyone could see the face you just gave me, because you gave me, like, puppy dog anime eyes. You're like, please.
Can Charlotte do that? Come on,
Sure.
please.
Charlotte's looking at me like, please? Please?
Please.
I mean, you could roll persuasion.
Yeah, roll
I'll
persuasion.
allow you to do that, yeah.
I hit your pencil, you can
Please.
roll.
You can roll again.
Same number.
Okay.
Please.
Can I just go through with my action now?
Okay.
Can I slap this guy? Or make an attempt to?
Roll the hit.
I feel like someone's doing a really dumbass move.
Strength? Or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
15.
Not 20.
Damn it!
That was a good move.
He once again leans slightly back in his chair so that it like tips slightly and teeters, and then he crashes back down to sit fully forward as your hand just whizzes past his face and says, now that's not a way to treat the dude who's gonna be stalking the monsters against you, toots. Get the fuck out of my office before I call security.
I just realized you can see the side of my face as I'm giving you like the what the fuck?
Baz is like, bitch, you
There's
dumb!
just like a flash of purple hair.
That's true.
Oh my god, my eye there.
Yeah. Oh no.
At this point, his face has lost the grin. He's just glaring at you now.
I would like to remind you all that Talos is the chaotic evil. His alignment is chaotic evil.
He's not Talos. We're not talking.
No, I'm
about
talking.
Talos
I'm just
right
talking in general. So
now. Okay. Yeah.
As far
People
as you guys have heard, then yeah.
as far as
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
'cause
I doubt he's
Reese-
gonna be like.
Oh, yes,
hello. Welcome to my Welcome to my island.
Fuck. Reese has also hinted that what you've heard about gods may not necessarily be who they are.
You guys, lots of people, you'll hear lots of rumors about different gods in different places, and they've changed, right? Like, I think Danny, you heard that he was chaotic evil, and then Jason, you heard that he was actually not bad because of the people that have come around, but just different areas treat gods differently, so you can't be totally sure.
Kiza says, "Hit me with anything you've got," turns around and walks out with her hands on her hips.
I'm gonna throw a stapler at you.
Okay. He doesn't even get up. The door slams behind you.
Great.
And the cowboy who had been sitting at the desk working looks up from where he's once again drinking. And he says, "Bad move, sugar tits." And then he leans back in his chair, downs a bottle of whatever he's drinking, and puts his head back. His hat back on his over his eyes to go back to sleep.
Iced tea. No, I'm kidding. It's good beer.
Kiza just sighs and says, "One more time. Just say it one more time and I'm gonna fucking lose my shit."
Okay. So you make your way out of
Hey, what's up, sugar
the
tits?
office.
Does Baz say that to me?
Yes.
Just make that clear.
16.
Yeah.
Wow!
Only 1d4.
3.
3? Okay. Tabak, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh no.
I'm trying to keep a hand on the freaking dwarf. Oh, jeez. Dex save.
Baz is like, hey, sugar tits.
6.
And then I'm like, you know,
6?
Mr. Banner, I don't think that's a very good thing to.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay. You roll the... How much for damage?
3.
3? Okay. Baz, you take 3 points of damage as Kiza just fucking slaps you right across the face. You take an additional 1 point of damage as Tabak fucking drops you to the ground. As you are just fucking... He, like, rocks back on his heels and the dwarf just goes slamming off his back. Plopping into the ground.
That's fine.
Reason's only has 13 hit points.
Oh my gosh. Baz is bloodied.
Yeah.
He's got, like, handprints all
like-
over him
Oh,
at this point. Like, they're gonna bruise.
Does it look like it was like a good time, or like I actually got hit?
It looks like you got hit a lot.
Oh, man.
You're at 13 out of 28.
Okay, so you guys are left standing in the middle of this jungle clearing. There's the barn to the one side that is now locked, you can see. He has put a padlock on the front door. There's the office for the arena manager behind you. And across the way is the Gus bus that is still parked. And the small little jungle cafe place, the restaurant.
so is it going down or up now?
Up to the volcano.
It's continuing up to the volcano, and then it comes back down in a half hour to go down.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the barn locked?
Yes.
Yes, he just said it was.
Damn.
It is locked. It does have a padlock on it.
Don't let the monsters out.
What's the door made out of?
Wood.
No, don't do that. I have no
The
clue
restaurant
that I have
might
to meet.
this.
We've already ruined our reputation as much as it is.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, if we participate in the arena, we're probably gonna die.
Yeah. Because the monsters will actually hate you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll leave them alone.
Okay.
Oh, you put... Okay.
Reese is just really sad.
Reese is ready. He's like, okay, she's gonna do something stupid again.
Just keep these out.
Just in case.
Just in case Kiza decides to do something stupid again. Yeah, that's probably smart.
As I'm blotting like my bleeding nose, I'm like, where do you guys want to go next? I'm free to
Okay,
go.
I'm not taking you anywhere, Baz, unless you smarten up.
I will. Let me roll for manners. I got a 9 for manners. I'll be
And
okay.
your wisdom and intelligence.
And
Both?
intelligence?
Both.
That's a 1. That's actually a 1. I can't change it because that's a 1 right there.
Okay.
1 and 11.
11? Okay, yeah, you've civilized up.
I've civilized.
You're not at, like, tip-top manner shape, but like you'd pass.
Alright.
I'll pass.
Well, if you guys would like to go up to the volcano, I'm more than willing to go down.
Let's drink. Let's drink. Let's drink.
No, I was gonna put you in your hotel room.
Let's drink.
No, we're not drinking. We're not drinking. I am not drinking any alcoholic drinks after that abomination.
So
Have the
it's about
tables
6
turned?
o'clock right now.
Let's drink.
Because you guys had come up for the 5 o'clock meeting, which had taken a little bit due to the barn scene. The restaurant in front of you guys it's open, quite obviously. There's a couple of lights and stuff. You can see a couple of people inside, but it looks mostly empty. The Gus bus has begun to fill up. So there are people climbing in right now.
Restaurant.
I'm not going up to the volcano. I can't remember when my appointment is. Hey God, when's my appointment? You're like, hey God. Hey God.
Any particular
You have
god
an
or
11
just...
o'clock prayer session.
The clouds say 11 o'clock. You're like, thank God.
Thanks God. If that's Talos, thanks.
Roll me a perception check.
It's
Oh no.
Oh, that's right, 'cause there's
There's
things.
things.
16.
Okay, you see a
Oh wait,
glimmer.
perception?
Perception.
20.
Nice.
Okay, you see a glimmer of pink scales, not sails, pink scales, and then a glimmer of green scales, and then they're gone.
Thanks, Dragonborns. Bahamut Tiamat. Maybe. I don't know how to pronounce your names. Thanks. I don't know. Do I have enough time to go into the restaurant?
Yeah.
You have
What,
7, 8,
it's
9,
6?
10, 11
It's 6
seconds.
o'clock.
I know, but does she know how to manage her time wisely? Probably not.
She's got a pocket
Yeah, you
watch.
have a pocket
Yeah.
No. There's a difference between knowing time and managing time.
True.
We are not good at managing time.
No, you are specifically not good at managing time.
Well, Shin,
yeah, actually.
Shin, Ciza, Tabak, I'm going to have a drink and calm down and try to get another shoe.
I was going to say that Shin would go for a drink, but he's given up drinking. I forgot.
Wait, are the Heelys still outside on the ground somewhere?
No one picked them up.
I'll say Tavik could have picked them up if you'd like to.
No. Tapik doesn't want them. He wants them gone.
Okay, sure. They're still lying outside then.
I'm going
On
to
the
go to the
ground.
bar.
Ciza, pick them up.
LOZ, and I go to make my way to the bar.
Okay, great.
They're back in my inventory.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, fine. So, if y'all want to go to the volcano, Mr. Banham and I will meet you here when we have to go back down.
Okay, so are you guys going up to the volcano, or are you staying here? I know
I would like to go
That's-
up.
I'll pay for
I'll go up.
a drink.
Tabik, Shin.
Don't do anything stupid.
Oh, that look, I just like turned over to it.
Wait,
Don't do anything stupid.
where are you going?
Is she actually...
They're going up the volcano.
Do you actually look
guys
like
are staying here in
you're
the bar.
thinking of doing something stupid?
Yeah. She's like thinking, and then all of a sudden you're like, don't do something stupid. She's like,
My plan is
Kids are
going.
coming with us to the volcano.
Do you want to go to the volcano?
I don't know.
You can stay at the bar, go to the volcano, or you can begin to walk down the path to go back downstairs. Down to the beach.
Whatever. Food.
If you'd like to walk down, you can walk down.
Can I work out? Like go like
You want to run?
I want to run down.
You want to run down to the thing? You could
Yeah.
run up with. You could race the Gus bus.
Oh sure, yeah, that sounds fun.
Oh my God.
I need to work out.
You're like stretching, and you're like,
Okay.
Wait, can I pick up Charlotte and try to carry her up with me as I run up?
No, Charlotte's gonna walk fast.
I will contest you.
You will contest me?
You want?
Okay, let's go.
No, I'm contesting you in a roll. I don't want to go.
Wait, you want to contest the Dragonborn in a strength contest?
Well, I don't know how else I'm gonna do that.
You'd roll a dexterity throw.
Oh, yeah.
Acrobatics to get out of the
I'm
way.
not good at dex.
I am.
Oh no!
Oh
14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
4.
Sure, you pick up Charlotte.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm already in the bar. I can't do shit.
You guys climbing on the Gus bus?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Wait, let's not.
I was gonna go with
So-
them to make sure they don't do something stupid, but I think Shin's on a fucks to give.
Tavik?
Well, Tabak doesn't know that you're leaving him alone. You just kind of saw him go in, and then you got scooped. Yeah.
Tavik?
Ew.
Are you climbing on the Gus bus?
Yeah, I want to go up the mountain, but are we leaving the dwarf alone?
Yep. My nose is bleeding. I'm fine.
That's fine.
Okay, fine, let's go.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, ready?
Alright.
Where's the dwarf going?
To the bar.
So the Baz has walked into the bar and restaurant.
Bars.
Shin and Tavik, you guys have climbed on. You've grabbed seats kind of close to the back. The third row, the two elves are still sitting there. The one knitting and the other one with his binoculars. There's a small group of what looks like a halfling family. They've got a couple of younger kids, but they seem to be pretty busy with just themselves. It's relatively quiet. Wyatt climbs on, he lifts up the ladder and everything, does a quick head count and stuff, gives you the same spiel of wearing your seatbelt, hands inside the bus at all times, to watch out for any dangerous animals in the wilderness. Says it'll take you guys about another half hour to get up to the top of the volcano. You'll have an hour to wander around, and then we'll begin back down. Stopping by the restaurant quickly to let anyone off or anyone on that wants to come with. And then you'll make your way back down to the main house. And the Gus bus gets up, and the Gus bus begins. And I like Ciza to make me her first dexterity.
Oh no. Well, watch me roll a 1.
Oh,
Okay,
if I had known
didn't.
it was
Okay.
dexterity, I would have run.
It's
with it.
athletics.
13.
13? Okay, so you managed to keep pace. It's not, too fast. The Gus bus isn't running or anything.
I wasn't expecting it
But
to be.
it's definitely not, walking speed. It's a big animal.
Yeah.
So you're managing to keep up with a light jog.
With Charlotte?
With Charlotte on her back, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Charlotte's weight is nothing to kiss.
Yeah, no.
It's not bad.
Baz, you walk into the bar and restaurant. It's pretty empty in here still. There's a couple of open stools at the bar, a couple of open tables. There's a couple of different waitresses and waiters wandering around. Most of them look to be elvish.
Okay.
There is a smaller half-elf behind the bar who's currently cleaning glass and talking to two of the patrons. But it says...
What are the other patrons? What race are they?
There's a group of random people. There's a group of humans drinking in the corner. There's there's 3 orcs and a half-orc with them. You can tell quite easily because they're big. They're big dudes.
And one person.
And then there's one that's slightly smaller.
Okay. I don't know what they're laughing about.
There's a long 2 tables have been pulled together, full of just this humongous halfling family. There's one section of the table that seems to be missing a couple of people around the seats.
I guess that's a
But their plates are still
Yes, I'm crying.
cleared off and everything. They're just drinking and stuff. It seems that whatever the halfling family that had gone up in the buska is eating with this family, but they've gone off for a little bit before dinner.
Okay.
No
No dwarves, nothing.
There is a small group of about 5 dwarves that are just kind of sitting around a table in the corner next to the fire,
Do I
drinking.
recognize them?
You don't know. They're not wearing ponchos or anything. No.
Nothing of the Yakin area. No.
They are actually Baz's red-headed right? They are blonde dwarves.
Oh, okay.
So they definitely. You don't see a lot of them. You can probably guess that they're probably from Crownall,
Yeah.
which is quite a ways away, because they tend to have fair skin, fair hair, whereas the Yakin dwarves and all the more mountainous dwarves are burly, darker skin, darker hair.
They're by the fireplace.
I need
some Kleenex.
It wasn't even that funny. Oh my god.
What happened?
Kiz is apparently holding Charlotte above her head like this running.
It wasn't funny until I drew the drawing.
We'll get right back to you guys. Up on the Gus bus, you watch as one of the little gnome boys, who's currently, he seems to be playing on, this little wooden tablet thing. He's just like playing back and forth with a couple. It's like one of those arithmetic boards, except for the little blocks are like colored differently and stuff. And he looks over and he sees you guys running up the side of the slope. And he just, under his breath, he starts humming loud enough that all of you guys can hear it. Dun, 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 dun. He's humming the Rocky theme song. You have...
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, that was the John Cena. He's singing the John Cena theme song. My apologies, but he is singing the John Cena theme song for you guys. Back in the bar, Baz.
With the dwarves, are they at the bar or are they at the fireplace?
They've got like a half crescent table almost that they're just kind of sitting around and drinking.
Is there like a way that I could go by them, but not like go on my way to the bar? Like, how far away are they from the bar? Like, do you
want to pass by them without them noticing or with them noticing?
With them noticing, but not that like it looks like I'm trying to get them to notice, but natural, so I can like.
Oh, you want to look good, but not like you're trying.
Yeah, not like I'm trying to get them to notice me.
Okay, yeah.
But you always end up
pretty
looking
easy.
like you're trying.
They've got like the bars on the far side, and they've got like a small like. It's not a proper fireplace; it's a fire pit on the center, and then there's two half crescent tables around the pit. They've caught one of them, but you can definitely walk by on your way to the bar, and they see you pretty easily. Okay, yeah, you see them. One of them like looks up and stuff, and he like looks around and stuff, and then another one hits him in the face with a mug, and he just topples over and lands on his back on the floor. And then there's a little bit of a tussle, and then they're back to drinking again.
That's my crew. That's what we do. I like to go to the bar. There's the half elf.
There's a half elf bar.
Excuse me, sir. How tall is the bar first off?
There's like, it's pretty cool actually. It's got like a taller section, and then it goes like a little waterfall, and it's steepled down. So there's a little there's a tiny bar, and then there's a slightly bigger bar, and then there's a bigger bar, and then there's like a orc-sized bar.
I'll go to the bar on the side that is like the best for dwarves.
Best for dwarves. So that'd be the second smallest.
Okay, I'll go with the second smallest and like. Excuse me, bartender, can I get 2 pints of your finest beer? Ale, not beer.
So the half-elf glances over you, and he looks a little bit quizzical and stuff, and then he seems to, like, realize who you are and stuff, and he seems to call back, and he doesn't speak... He speaks Elvish, it sounds like, and you see a small, halfling woman come bumbling out the, interior of this little thing. And she says, "Hi, sorry, how can I help you?"
I almost did her voice. Hello, can I have 2 of your finest, please, my lady?
Oh, all right, I can take that to a table for you if you'd like.
Actually, I don't have a table, and I was wondering if those hill dwarves over there look, nice people.
Oh, they're a lovely little group of chaps. They came in, I think it was a week ago. They grabbed a table and a couple of rooms down at the.
Oh, I thought you meant they were here the entire time.
They grabbed a couple of rooms upstairs at the jungle inn rooms. They've been down here drinking for most of the part. They seem like pretty nice folk. If you like, I'm sure they wouldn't mind some company.
Oh, sweet. I'll just take it to that table if you don't mind. And what's your name, darling?
Ooh, give me a second. Because I forgot to bring up the page with her name on it.
Oh my god! Give me a second.
Give me a second. I have no idea what this person.
I know who she is. I just forgot what her name was.
Oh no! I just came up with.
She's just staring
I'm
at
not gonna
Baz,
face that
like,
person in the arena, am I?
No.
What?
No.
I thought you said
No,
for me,
no.
and I'm
Okay,
like,
yes, and that's how babies are made.
No.
Is she just gonna show up?
No.
Oh god! I forgot about levels. Oh, I hate that.
Because if it's the
Starfish.
person, like,
I
if
don't trust them.
you were looking for the person I think you were looking for, he just wrote her a letter.
No. Okay, sorry. I am so sorry for that. I had her in mind, and I was like, oh shit, I should have pulled this up. Belmira, dear, you can call me Belle, all my family does.
What did you say? Sorry,
Belmira.
Belmira.
Yeah. And call you what?
You can call me Belle.
hello, Belle. That is a wonderful name. Is that like a family inheritance, or?
Oh, yes, my mother named me. Also, retcon, she's a dwarf. I forgot that as well. I've been messing up this entire time. She is not a Yagendorf.
Oh my god, my eyes lit up.
She is quite clearly a hill dwarf. Though she does look like the Illustran hill dwarfs. She's got red hair, as most Illustran people do. She's kind of a squatter younger girl. Quiet, little bit, like she looks like a burly, like she could take you in a fight, but like she seems pretty nice.
Does she have any rings on her fingers?
She's not married. No, she's not married.
What the fuck,
She does look quite young though.
How young?
Like your daughter young. Like she is quite obviously not worth
Fine,
hitting
I'll
on.
just be a nice person. I love how you're trying to like please
Please don't hit on her. Or do hit on her. It might add to the story, but don't hit on her
he
at the
did
same
like-
time.
He did very much tell me that he was going to flirt,
Yeah.
flirt on her.
I was like,
And I thought he said, I'm going to flirt with her for you. And I'm like, what?
No.
so where you from, dear?
Oh, well, bit of a tiny bit of a
I've
funny
got
story.
time. I haven't seen another dwarf in a long time.
Well,
You saw one a few
I
days
come
ago.
from a little town, Calholm.
What?
Calholm. It's Kallhaum.
I can see your misspelling from there, you shit. It's a K.
Kallhaum.
That's an O.
I'm totally messing up right here, but I'm just fighting.
What about you?
I hope we go into this restaurant later because freeze.
Both of us like inhaled at the same time. Why don't you guess? I thought you stuck your tongue out to say something.
And she seems to she rocks back on her heels for a second. She kind of she looks at you like she's thinking, and you've kind of got the look about you of, you're not a criminal dwarf. Illustrin somewhere, I can tell you that much.
This is
Is she bringing out a map? Oh.
This is like somebody asking, what continent do you think I'm from?
Well,
I
you're
mean-
not to
You're
dwarves.
not
It's not
Russian.
No, to dwarves, it's not like, what are you? Some kind of like bitch. It's kind of like, oh, where you're from? That's really cool. Tell me about your
No,
ancestors.
but you said yes.
Yeah, but like it's
So
like
she's
a nice
like, well,
thing.
I don't think you're European. You're Russian.
It's a nice
Maybe
thing though.
you're-
Well, it's
Maybe
because
African?
there is a differentiation
They're,
between
Indian
criminal dwarves and Illustran in them. They are
Yeah.
quite different. So it's
Fun times.
oh my god, I can't even zoom in.
Did Reese pull out
People
his books to guess?
generally don't guess where my character's from because
I'm
it's
trying
pretty
to guess
fucking
who
clear.
I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Illustran dwarves. We're Hill dwarf primarily, so we live a little bit away from most of the mountain colonies. You from Orn, perhaps?
No.
No?
No.
Farther up the coast then?
Mm-hmm.
Stop
No
playing
Vic?
head games.
No.
Oh my god. This is not how you flirt with somebody.
I hope he's
Can't
not
for the
flirting.
life of me tell. There's so many communities. Those are the only two I really know, though.
Do you know my name? By chance?
I don't know by the way you look. What is your name?
Baz Benham.
Benham.
Mm-hmm. Ben Quinn Benham.
Of the Ben Queen Benhams.
Yes.
Oh dear lord. And she takes a minute to step away from the bar and fan herself, and she goes, "Oh, I am such a fan. I am such a fan. Oh, you should. Oh, I've got to tell my brother about this. Oh, he uses all of your work. We use only the best of your materials. Oh,
What? And she's like about to cry at this point. Like she is so happy right now.
Oh dear, don't cry, don't cry, don't here, look. And I pull the business card and I take out the ink that I have and I write my name.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. I'm gonna. My brother's going to lose it when he hears about this.
What's your brother's name?
Tabik.
Damn it, Reese.
He's such a fan. This is.
What?
I'm sorry. Let me get you your drinks and I'll bring them right up to your table. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. And then she makes her way over to the thing and she says, "You drink in the house tonight."
Wait, what?
And then she tucks the card into her pouch and she begins to pour her beer.
Wait, what?
Damn you, Reese.
What
does this mean? I almost started crying.
Is Tabak a fan of me? Or the Begpun family?
Well, your family is it's a mining family, right?
Yeah,
So you
and
guys
I'm
sell
the head of the mining family.
you sell a variety of different items and materials, right? So among those materials would be materials used in armor crafting and such, which is one of the prime places where the Summer Hallows would require getting their materials for armor forging.
What does this mean?
Wait, does that mean that Tabak, like, somehow knows who Baz is?
Because he was never introduced by the full name of Banquin Van Ham around Tabak, he might have drawn that he had some relation to the family, but not that it was the
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Don't flirt with this lady anymore.
Or do.
No, they can't be brothers-in-law.
Do it. They can't be.
Also, did we talk about lowering his age? Because I accidentally made him way too old. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he was like 147, not 247 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you, dear?
That's fucking creepy.
That's her accent.
There was... Yeah. Fuck. How old are you, dear?
That's even fucking creepier.
No, it's not like...
Oh gosh.
It's kind of like asking, like, what's your name? But, like, how old are you? Because...
Okay, how old are
maturity-
you?
147
Guess where I'm
now.
from. Here's my card. Let me sign it for you.
She'd be about what, like 48 maybe? Like she's pretty young, like she's just out of childhood. Like she's like a young adult. She's definitely
And I'm like not a middle age.
it's like
but,
just
getting
above
there.
legal. That's like I'm like
Baz,
you'd be like the
don't.
80-year-old
Don't
hitting
do
on the
it.
20-year-old.
I'm not 80, I'm like 40 something in dwarf years.
In
dick.
Baz years.
No, in dwarf years. Get off my dick. Which I'm still not gonna do.
Yeah.
Wow. You're about the same age as my daughter. Do you know how much you know about the Penguin family?
Oh, well, not too much. I have to admit. My mother does most of the
Who's your
trading
mother?
stuff. Elise Summerhallow.
I'm sorry. I'm totally getting his backstory.
I'm so sad.
She did, but it's my job now.
Oh, did she pass?
You don't just ask people that.
And she seemed quite happy.
Mm-hmm. I know
She seems to. She
No,
was a
never
little
mind.
bit
You don't have to
unhappy.
answer. I tried to put like my hand like on her shoulder. Like,
It's been a while. I'm fine.
are you sure?
How about you go take a seat and I'll get you your drinks? Yeah. And she can.
Bella, I just wanted to go eat something, and then you hauled me up a
and
mountain.
she gets the drinks and stuff as you make your way over to the door table. Back on the Gus bus. You guys have spotted a couple of really nice, colorful birds. There was one close run-in where Ciza nearly tripped over a stray vine that was like sticking out on the road. Nearly dropped Charlotte.
We're fine.
You're fine though. You guys have made it. It's been a. It hasn't been too long, but it's been a while, and you guys are starting to get up into the sparser treed area along the edge of the mountain. You're starting to curve around the road, rather than straight up through the jungle. So you guys can now look out a little bit over the tops of the peaks and see the water stretches onwards for a little bit, and then the dome. And they spend some time. Every now and then, Wyatt points out a couple of cool wildlife.
I I had to cool down. I'm really hot all of a sudden.
Couple of wildlife things he points out. All that. Nothing too interesting.
Fun.
Alright, back to Baz.
It's really hot down here.
Unless you guys want to do something. Also, I need another athletics check from Kiza.
Do you have like a fan or something?
I just remembered I forgot to write
Athletics?
something.
Athletics, yeah.
19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay, so you've now started to outpace the Gus Bus.
We out!
You want this?
I want.
Sorry, I forgot to add that.
Are you sure?
No, okay.
It's
Okay.
Thinking this way, but
it basically means he's like
An
in
icon.
charge.
Yeah.
He's the one who would have commanded Shin in raids.
so
No, we can't do
do you
that.
think we can still hear the?
John Cena.
No, not the John Cena. No, that's
Are you
probably
trying
right.
to ask if you can hear Baz?
No. I was trying to say the commentary.
Oh yeah, you can
tour
hear the
stuff.
commentary. It's a little bit quieter for you guys, but Wyatt's got like a speaker voice.
And to your right, you'll still see the Dragonborn hobbling the child over.
Is Tavicron's there? No, it's not.
Okay. So there's a couple of commentary and stuff. Kizu's definitely started to outpace the Gus Bus. Not too much interesting is happening. And I'd like a perception check from everyone.
Not me, right?
It's okay,
No.
I need a set of dice.
I mean, you can make a perception check to miss the stool you're about to trip over.
What is it? Perception?
22.
22?
18!
18. Yeah, you nimbly miss the stool.
Nice.
19.
Alright, Tabik?
18.
Okay, yeah, so you guys all managed to catch, a glint of scales. And the ones you had seen up until now have been kind of high up in the treetops or above you guys in the air. This one is quite a little bit longer. It's following just behind, in kind of like the shadowed parts of the road, the edge of the brush. And you watch as it follows the Gus Bus for a little bit before it kind of seems to blend in better with the thing and you lose sight of it. But it seems a lot longer, a lot bigger than what you've been seeing so far. Baz, you make your way across the bar.
Is there an open chair on them?
There is a stool that you can pull up.
Excuse me, boys. Excuse me, men. Not boys, I don't know why I said.
Aye, what can we help you with?
Can I sit with you?
Of
Why
course!
do I have their accent now?
Every time you meet a dwarf,
I'm
you
like,
take on
hey,
the
what's up, pussy?
Come on in!
Hey, what's your guys' names? Can I sit
Fucking hate you, Jason.
down? Well, what did you expect? You gotta meet people.
You were the only one in our group. You were the only one in our group who actually asked people their names.
Because I'm a nice person.
We're all sitting here like, oh, the one with the brown hair.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
it does have manners.
They go around, starting from the one nearest to you around to the other side, and they say, Gran, Van,
Van.
Talm, Ban, and How.
How it's called? Ho or H-O-W?
H-A-L.
Hal.
How.
Ho.
You're a hoe.
And I'm Bez Banham Van Quinn. How are you guys doing?
Oh, doing pretty good. You watch as Van just fucking flops out. He's fucking
That's
out.
my boy!
He's fucking out. No,
Like
the
down
other
the-
Ford all raise their cups and go.
I do the same.
Wow. Okay.
Where are you guys from? Do I have my beer yet? Oh, my beer.
At this point, Belle comes along with a small tray of beers, and she refills the dwarves around you, and then she hands you 2 large glasses of their finest.
I down one straight because we're fine with that. It's regular shit.
Make me a Constitution check.
Did you poison it?
One.
No.
Poison.
I know this. It's 15.
Okay. Thank you. Keep that just noted on your page.
Is Baz getting drunk?
It's the thing. It's just to tell if you get hammered later on. All right. So she goes off and she does that weird thing where she kind of stands at the edge of the table and she fiddles with her tray and for a second and then before she walks off again. She is obviously quite starstruck.
I love your sister so much. I love her as a person.
Doesn't Tabak have memory problems?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does Tabak remember that he has a sibling?
Well, let me bring to your attention. Tabak is a fire genocide, and this is a dwarf.
Yeah. This isn't his biological
They're
family.
only a little adopted. It's fine.
I mean,
A little.
honestly,
like
you guys have kind of assumed at this point that this is the Tabak you know's sister. It could be another Tabak. It's not,
I
but
mean,
it could be.
you only know
It's
one
not,
Tabak.
but
Well,
I-
we know
I'm just
Tabak's
guessing-
last name, right? And he was literally told.
I'm just like, oh,
That
that
she was
sounds
the
a lot like
Summer
Tabak,
Hello.
but it's fine, it's fine.
I don't know if I told you guys my last name.
I do
You
call
did,
him-
Yeah, you
I
did.
do call you
I did.
Mr. Summer Halo.
Yeah, and when we signed the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But Charlotte never fucking says it right.
Yeah.
Summer
I
Halo.
think I was the only one who didn't use my last name on the contract. I only signed it with the last initial.
Bella, come back. Not Bella. Is it Bella?
No, I
No.
didn't.
What did
I didn't.
Her name is Belle.
Belle.
Oh
Who's
yeah,
it, Bella?
I don't know my last name.
Belle, come back.
Yeah.
You gotta meet me to your brother sometime. I would love to talk business. I'm a very nice man, very mature.
She kind of scratches her back and says, well, a little bit of problem. We're not quite sure where he is.
Did you just take off and not tell them they were leaving?
No, I told him I was leaving.
Really?
I mean, he left a little bit ago. He's looking for something. But I mean, he hasn't kept in contact, and I mean, I'm
that's
here
pretty
now,
rude.
so I haven't kept in contact either. So it's a little bit hard to find him. But if I run into him at some point, I'll definitely tell him I met you.
I'll make sure to bring my gang
May
here
I
for dinner.
point out it's 2 hours before we can get back?
Yeah. Actually, hey, Belle, I don't want to talk to these guys. I'm really interested in this. I'm not flirting. I'm not flirting.
No, you're fucking rude.
I'm so nice getting people's
they're-
names.
they're-
Hey,
they're
I don't want to talk to these guys.
You're saying I don't want to talk to these
They're
guys
so
right in
drunk.
front of
They're
these
so
guys.
drunk.
Oh yeah, no, they're fucking hammered. They don't even know that
Where
Bella's
they
here.
are, who
They're
they
not
are.
even sure
Did I hear
you're
that?
not
Yeah,
one
I
of
went
them
like
already.
this.
As far as they're aware, Van is nowhere to be known because you're Van. They're so drunk they don't have a clue.
It's
what's
fine.
going
Jason's
on.
trying to break your chair.
No, I lean back and your fucking chair cracked.
Don't break my chair.
No, that's what you do.
I'm really interested in your family. Do you know a lot of connection with Yakin? Do you know what's going on in Yakin?
Yakin.
Yakin.
That's where you guys run out of, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have.
I did her accent.
I should have known that. Oh dear Lord. Well, there's a couple of rumors when I left. Something big was going down, but it's been a couple of weeks since I've been home. So
She has a Cockney accent.
And I'm about to use it because that's in my head right now.
I can't say that I can't say I know, but
Any Yakin dwarves coming recently?
oh no. That much I do know for sure. Yakin was closed off last time I heard.
Anyone leave?
No, there's no leaving, there's no coming, there's no going.
Sounds
It's
like
just
Japan.
they've been locked up for a couple of months now. Apparently some big shit went down, and I mean there was a change and stuff. Come to think, why aren't you? Shouldn't you be in Yakin, running the business and everything?
I was. I don't know much what happened, but I left on a business trip to go to the capitals, and now
Of course.
for some reason I can't go home. No one's told me why.
I see. I can understand that. It must be terribly hard for you not to go home though.
It is. I have a family.
She knows that.
I know.
Stop bragging.
Well,
Do you want to know about my children?
your kids. Sure. And she gives a glance back over her shoulder to where there's a small lineup of halflings starting.
Oh,
She says, give me a minute, and then I'll be right back, and we can keep chatting. I've just got to. I'm still on the clock.
Of course,
And
go ahead.
David's a bit of an idiot when it comes to common. He's good with Elvish and elves and stuff, but he's shit with the little races. I'll be right back, Mr. Baker. It's very nice to meet you.
Anybody have roll 20 so I can look up the names of my children?
Oh my god.
Because I know what I'm saying. I had the note in my book and now it's gone.
I could look it up for you.
I can't access it on my
Hey,
phone,
Shin
so I
only
can
has
go off
2
of
more
something.
gold than my
I
other
can just take a
character.
picture of it whenever I get. Wait, no,
Here
you
you
have
go.
to log in. That's your
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I've got it here.
Do you?
Come see it.
Never mind.
Wait, couldn't you look at your family tree?
No, I didn't write their names down for a reason.
Didn't write their names down for a reason. Well, okay.
All right. Back on the bus. You guys are nearing the top. You've kind of crested around. It's getting hot at this point. Very warm. And you see, you've caught a couple more glimpses of the larger creature that seems to be following you guys at this point. But you haven't seen it fully. You pull up to the top of this volcano thing. And there's another clearing, much like the first. There are a set of 3 doors set into the volcano side. They're done in different things, and they're set apart, so they're obviously different buildings. There's one that says volcano rooms and inns. And there's a small, like, one of those private boxes where you can, like, buzz yourself in.
I changed her name just so you know.
Okay.
It's this one if you want to know which. And this she's like 40 something now.
Add that to the fountain tray, please.
Okay.
There's one, that's the right one. On the far left is one that says Dust and Dine. And then there is a very, very big central door that says Colosseum. And you can see just sticking outside of the rim, currently in the center of the volcano, the large Roman Colosseum you guys had seen a picture of. There is also a smaller shack off to the one side that leads down, actually. You can see now over top, just down into almost the clearing. You can see a little bit of a ring of where the trees are being cleared for the jungle area. And just beyond that, you can see the roof tip of the large house at the bottom of the waterfront. And this smaller shack has the words zipline above it.
Can I jump into the volcano?
No.
I don't want to be here.
There's like, it's not like level with the volcano top, like there's still quite a while to go up the volcano, but you can climb the volcano or attempt to climb it, I
I'm not
guess.
even gonna try that. I just thought we were at like the edge of the volcano.
No,
I'm
you're
like,
not
I'm
at the
gonna
edge of the volcano. Wyatt pulls the volcano. Wyatt pulls the Gus bus up to the like parking spot in the center of the clearing, and the halfling family gets off first, and they make their way over to the zipline area. The 2 elves sit quietly in the back, kind of knitting away, and the one elf with the binoculars, the male one, is just kind of like, he looks very out of it. He has not removed the binoculars the entire time he's been with you. And he's just looking around at everything he can spot. Spends a couple of minutes just staring at the back of Shin's head, and like, you feel uncomfortable and Havoc's uncomfortable because he can watch it. But like, after a while he moves onwards. And Ciza, you are, roll me an athletics check, please.
stretching it out.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, Ciza, you come huffing and puffing up from behind the Gus bus where you had previously taken the forefront. You had quickly fallen behind the Gus bus as it made these sharper turns up and up this rock. And you just now managed to make your way into the clearing. Charlotte, you're kind of a little bit tired, but like sleepy tired, because the gentle rock of a dragonborn running you up the side of a volcano is actually quite comforting. And she puts you down. As she kind of like, you lean over to catch your breath and stuff, but you have made it to the top of the volcano.
Can we go back yet?
a minute to stretch.
I'm just thinking it's warm. I'm guessing the sun's out and Shin's wearing all black.
It's probably like 7 o'clock almost now. Or?
Yeah, it's getting later in the evening.
Okay.
You can see the sun is beginning to dip. It's definitely not dark yet, but it is getting there.
Lobster! I missed you. Oh, well.
So, you guys climb off the Gus bus, and Wyatt seems to be going around and just cleaning up a little bit. The 2 elves get up for the first time you've seen them. They climb off the Gus bus, and they sit down on a small bench. And they continue. They don't seem to be doing much. The halfling family you can see is currently being outfitted with ziplining gear. You watch as one of them climbs up. There's like a small stepping stool that's been pulled up for them, and they climb up attached to the little rope. And with a shout of "Whoa!" they go. The one disappears, and they begin to go through about 5 of them. There are left.
What?
What's going on?
Me? Oh, you want... Okay, sure. I guess. I will talk to
Okay.
him.
Yeah, so you guys step off the Gus bus. You are now sitting in the volcano clearing.
That? A zip line? Shut up. You imagine them on a date, oh, going on a zip line, and then dying.
Alright, well, Charlotte's gonna go down the zip line.
Charlotte's gonna... Okay, so there's a little lineup and stuff.
Wait, no, sorry. Does the zip line go all the way back down to the bottom?
It goes to the jungle clearing.
Great, I'm going down the zip line.
By the way,
Wonderful,
let's talk about
okay.
Tina.
So there's a little bit of a lineup of these halflings and stuff. And this kind of smallish human man comes around. He outfits you and stuff. He tells you some basic safety precautions and stuff. Keep your hands in. Don't touch the locking mechanism on the zip line. If at any point something jumps out of the jungle trying to eat you, keep your feet up. Don't scream too loudly, as it might frighten the birds. Other than that, gives you a basic run over, teaches you how to lock the mechanism on your vest.
So sorry, he said, keep your hands out,
Your feet up.
feet out, scream loudly, and touch the locking mechanism.
Oh no.
Sure, yep.
We don't need a dead Charlotte.
No, but the thing is, Charlotte's a 12-year-old child. She's gotta go against the rules. Where do I roll this?
A second halfling goes down the zip line. There's now about 3 in front of you. 3 to 4.
My person's right there.
Shin, Tabak, what are you guys up to?
No, I'm actually good. Never mind.
Tabak's probably like mostly just looking around. It's nice to be in somewhere that's warm.
Yeah, it is. It's very nicely warm. Like, it's at the point where it's like a little bit too warm. Like, you're starting to sweat. Maybe not you, Tabak, because...
Yeah, I was gonna ask if he sweats.
But the rest of you, definitely, it's getting that uncomfortable warm. It has been quite a nice warmth down on the beaches and everything, and the jungle was a little bit humid, but up here it's like dry heat.
Does he sweat fire?
He sweats lava.
Tabak doesn't sweat.
No, he sweats lava.
He sweat fire.
It's all
No.
Oh my
lava.
god.
Tabak, do you sweat fire?
No, he doesn't.
You're not there to ask him.
Okay.
Trying to remember what's around.
There's the rooms for the volcano suites and stuff.
Yeah.
There is a small, like, cafe and bar at the top, and then there's the Colosseum doors, which currently look to be closed and locked.
Closed. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the Gus bus again?
The Gus
an
bus
owl
is an
bear.
owl bear with a large riding platform on top, and a small collar that reads Gus.
Can I go and touch him? I want to pet him.
Okay. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Is Ciza going to lose her hand?
He doesn't want to be pet apparently. 5.
Whole bears are cute, but you don't want to mess with them. It's a good thing Tabak is near if you need a healer. Jeez.
What a cool move. Wow.
What are you guys doing?
We're putting a lobster in a wig.
Oh my god.
I'm like dying, and they're like, well, we're gonna put this lobster in a wig.
Okay. You take 11 points of damage
I-
as it just crushes your hand.
Okay, perfect.
Your hand is broken.
Great.
You hear Wyatt, who had been cleaning one of its forepaws, go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Perfect. Fantastic.
Hand is broken. You
Lovely.
can't use any of your weapons.
Great.
So can I just like shout, just like, "Hey, Ciza!" and then just like peace, and then go down the zip line?
Yeah, no, you are at that point in the line where you just go, "Deuces, bitch," and then, and we will get right to you on your zip line in a minute.
Oh no.
Shin, Tabik.
Did I see this whole Ciza incident?
You did watch as Ciza tried to feed the owlbear her hand.
Well, fuck. I think I still have spells left. I'll go over and heal her hand, I guess.
Alright.
Like, set her hand so it heals properly and...
Yeah. Make me a medicine check.
Yeah.
God, wait, what? No, I'm sorry, his glasses are attached to his hair.
Yeah.
17.
17? Alright, yeah. So you managed to set her hand, quite well. It's very nicely done. It shouldn't cause her too much pain. It'll take about a week to heal.
Wow.
Wait, so she's
Because
only
you
going to be
idiots.
using one-handed weapons?
Unless you
rest
use a
of her
magical
life.
spell. If you're just setting it with normal medicine and stuff, it'll take time to heal it. Using a magical spell would obviously heal it quite fast.
Well, I'm
But-
gonna set it and then cure wounds.
Oh, cure wounds? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause that's the best healing spell I have. 7 hit points healed. Wait,
Okay.
no, that's plus... Is it plus anything? Plus spellcasting, yeah.
Okay.
So 7...
Yep. Okay, so you do manage
9
to...
hit points, yeah.
It is no longer broken. You do a good enough job between splinting it and healing it with the magical spell that it is no longer considered broken. It still aches a little bit, like ghost pain.
Yeah.
But that's what you get for petting an owlbear.
I look at Tavik and I say, I owe you one.
Yeah, you do. Don't do it again.
Alright.
All right.
I lost my pencil.
I don't even know what Shin is doing, honestly.
Can I give one controlling point to Tavik so that the next time Ciza goes to do something stupid, if Tavik says no, she has to listen?
Okay.
There you go, Tavik, you have one controlling point.
Use it wisely, because it's
I'll
probably
write that down, I
she's
guess.
gonna do stupid shit a lot.
Yeah, use it wisely.
I'd probably say that the closest thing I can compare to what Shin is probably doing is casing.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So you can't see into the Colosseum or anything, and the doors are open to the dine and dust. The dust and dine. Say that.
yeah.
I think
Yes.
so, yeah.
That's what I said. You can see like a low lit bar inside. It seems to be a little bit loud. It seems there's quite a couple of people in there now. But you can't see quite far into it. There's nothing too exciting over here. There's a lot of spots for parking, like lizards and if there are other Gus buses of some sort, they'd be able to fit quite a couple of people up here. There's also what looks like a small ticket booth next to the larger doors for the Colosseum, but not too much exciting. There's the small zipline hut with the older man who's kind of got a rack of ziplining equipment and stuff, but
Nothing much.
nothing too exciting though.
Yeah. We're having fun with these Lego toys, which we're not sponsored by.
That's what you guys are doing?
Yeah.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
make me a dexterity saving throw.
I think that's my dexterity
Oh,
saving
no.
throw.
As a force, that was so good.
6.
Do you guys still
6.
have the things?
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
the
not-
things.
We
the
will
things
take
that
a
were
break
not
just
the
after
things.
this. You whack into a
The things I
low-hanging
bought.
palm,
The
like one of those jungle trees. It seems to reach a
don't
little
think I
bit
can
too
reach
high up,
that
and you
far.
manage to
Oh, there we
whack
go.
into one of its leaves. It's not gonna. It doesn't hurt you properly, but it does. It's kind of annoying because you're going through a bit of a getting slapped in the face by leaves part.
That was fun.
Nothing too exciting happens there. It takes a little bit to go down. You catch another flash of the large green scaled animal, whatever it is, and it seems to be falling quite fast. Below you on the ground, and you can see like a slight pathway as it maneuvers its way through the trees and brush.
Like, it's following me.
It's following you. Down the zipline, yes.
Okay. Nobody go down the zipline.
You see you're about halfway down at this point. You see the clearing to the thing. You can see little figures of what you would guess is the halfling family are beginning to move and make their way into the bar and restaurant. You can't see too much exciting other than that, though. Baz, over in the bar.
Yeah.
So Belle has taken care of the guests at this point, the halflings. You can see a couple more halflings have begun to make their way into the bar. She makes her way over to you, pulls over a small stool, and she's, all right. I think that's all for me right now. But if you'd like to tell me some stories.
Of course. Well, I got many. I've got my children. I've got yakking. I've got great dwarf stories. I can tell you about business. I can whatever you want to hear.
It's a nice thing to. My mum always said it's nice to ask about a person's family because it's the family that helps them be who they are.
Oh, well, that's very nice and very true. Would you like me to start?
Sure. Please go ahead.
My oldest, Benna, she's a dear, a bit hard-headed, but she's a lot like her mother. How old are you again?
I'm 48. So.
48. She's a year older than you, 49.
Oh, that's quite lovely.
Yeah, she's very beautiful, very beautiful. I'm very proud of her. My second oldest is Yank. He's a little shit, but I love him with all my heart. I would, if I had to say, sell my soul for them. He's 28. He's pretty good. This is the last time I saw them, which was a few years ago. So I guess they'd be a little older than that. Man, I missed them.
Can somebody close the thing on the computer?
Oh, yeah.
Apologies.
Sorry,
It's fine.
Henry.
It's fine. Jasper can just see the updates.
My third, Bartham, he is a daddy's boy. I'm going to not lie. He works pretty well. I hope he's minding that business. He's 17. It's pretty cool. And Jenna is my little girl. She loves to pick flowers. She used to braid my hair all the time and put little daisies in them. Well, not daisies. We get them imported, but I love that. And then
You have one quirk for all of them?
my favorite, Cugins. That's my boy. Never loved something more than I do for that one.
What the fuck? The gods are angered.
So, like, I don't want to hear about your Cugin. Get on with it.
I thought parents were supposed to pick favorite children.
He was 7 months when I left. I have them in this heart locket. I pull it out and I open it and it's all their faces. And I'm like,
She takes a minute to look at them and says, they're absolutely adorable. I've got not too much family myself, but a fair amount, you know. I've got Tabik, who's lovely.
what is he?
What is he?
Is he a dwarf? I know. I you said something.
Brother?
Yeah, but like, is he a dwarf? Why do I have your accent now?
No? Why do you care?
Is that a dwarf? I'm not. I'm sorry. I stepped too far.
It's fine. It's just a bit of a weird question, you know. He's technically not my brother, but like, he's a fire genocide.
Oh, I've never seen one of those before.
Liar.
He's taller than me, and like he's made of fire. But
Like a glob of fire, or like,
I don't know. He's
does
just
he sweat fire?
Does he need to make a deception roll?
I don't think he sweats. Make me a deception roll, please.
Did you steal my brother?
11.
Okay.
You stole my brother.
She seems like a little bit uncomfortable with the current line of questioning.
I'm sorry.
It's a bit of a weird thing.
You just asked a dwarf if
Hey,
her
what
brother
race
was
is
a
your
dwarf.
brother? Does he sweat fire?
Anyway, sorry. I don't know if he's a fire genocide because I'm not really sure what they are, but I have a friend like that, you know? I think his name was, last time he said, Shin. Or is it Tabik now? I don't know. He has, like, many names. I asked about his name and he, like, changed it. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway,
That's a bit of a weird friend.
it's a weird friend, you know? I think he's gay.
That's
I'm not sure.
I threw the lobster at you.
I saw that.
Nice.
If I was
Alright.
Anyway, so, how's business? How did you come here? Do you work here? How's Talos? Is he a good dude?
Well, like, I mean, he's a good boss, I guess. I've never met the man, but,
Oh, that's understandable.
I mean, as for how I got here, I mean, same way most people get here, you know?
You don't have to share, by the way. You don't have to share any of these questions. I'm just looking for small
not
talk.
bad. Kind of ran away.
Oh, did you?
But I was trying to get to Cramnell, but the boat went down
Oh, yeah.
in a storm, and I woke up here, and it took a bit of time, but I got a job, and I got a room, and now I work here.
Oh, that's very nice. Are you allowed to leave?
Leave
Yeah.
Talos? You mean leave the resort?
Yeah.
No.
Why not? Like, could you go?
I work here, and
Yeah,
I live
what are you
here.
doing?
And I don't know why would I want to leave.
Is she under a charm spell?
You can make an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Arcana.
Reese, what have you done to her?
That'd be an 18. That's a 6.
Okay. You can't quite tell, but you do notice that the second you start to ask questions about the resort and about how she got here and all that, she does seem to go a little bit like glazy-eyed.
Okay.
And I'd like a history check from you.
Okay.
Reese, what have you done?
He stole your sister.
18.
13. You do remember for a second you have a flash of a memory of sitting in the yacht and looking at Ciza and remembering the same kind of look on her face after you guys had started drinking. That kind of relaxed, very at home look. And she kind of turns to you and she still looks a little bit glazy-eyed. Like, she's still conscious, but like, she's not all there.
Yeah.
And she kind of goes, I've got to get back to the bar now.
Of course. Just one more thing. Take care of yourself. I'll be here for a little while. My friends. I'll bring my friends in and I'll see if you know any of them.
Oh, okay. All right.
And don't forget, I'm a really nice guy.
What the fuck?
That's
Okay.
fucking
I
creepy.
didn't
Guys,
do
what
it.
the fuck?
All right. See ya, Mr. Banham. And then she
Banquet. Banquet and Benham.
and she begins to make her way across the bar, back to the bar.
You don't usually say, I'm a really nice guy.
You're putting off a little bit of a stalker vibe.
Yeah.
Little bit of a stalker vibe.
I don't mean to do it. I mean to do it in a way.
Back up at the top of the mountain, Shin, Tabik, and Giza. What's happening, kiddos?
Do we want to do a dragonborn, a drow, and a genocide walk into a bar?
Sure.
Come downstairs, oh boy!
I just want love. I want
Well.
Come back to me and stop looking at me like that.
She's looking at you.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me look at Dylan.
No,
Hi.
why you look at me?
What you doing, Dylan?
I don't know. Are we walking into a bar?
A dragonborn, a drow, and a genocide walk into a bar.
On Charlotte and Baz, because they kind of left us, and Baz wasn't in like agreement.
No, Charlotte's with you guys. Oh, No, Charlotte's down she's the- on the.
Charlotte's halfway down the zip line.
Charlotte said, well now, bye.
Sorry, what's happening, Tabik?
Well,
Well, because Baz was being a little shit earlier, I don't think he should be left alone with just Charlotte.
He's been fine.
But I don't
so
think
far.
the bus goes down for a while still, does
you
it?
could take the zip line.
That's true. That's what I
He
do.
might actually find that fun. Hang on.
Will his fire go out?
You're gonna
Oh,
break
jeez.
Bella and I. We sound
We're
like
in
we're
such a
crying.
giggly mood right now. Like, why are we?
Because you drew a picture of her hauling Charlotte over her head.
It was the only way.
Like, is there much to sightsee up here on the volcano? I don't think so.
There's not much to sightsee, no. It seems, the only thing really that you can see into is the Colosseum, and that's closed right now.
Yeah, fuck it. Topical take the zipline.
Okay, yeah, no, the same kind of youngish human man, oldish human man, not youngish, oldish human man, zips you up into the ziplining equipment and such. He tells you the basic rules and everything, and then you're on your way and you begin your way down the zipline. You can see, Charlotte is miles ahead of you. You can see just like a small figure at the end, as Charlotte comes to a rest at the actual clearing. But you begin to make your way down. Shin and Ciza, you guys are still up at the top.
Are we walking to
Bye,
a bar?
guys. Have fun. Zoom.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright, so you two walk into the bar. And we're gonna take a break now.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. It's almost been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yes, so we will take a break and we will be back soon. We'll grab some food and all that. Tune back in to see what happens next, guys. See you soon.